they probably picked up this machine at a garage sale, okay, and they hired the first guy they saw on the street, and they put them at the factory, and they say, okay, just put in this material and press it down, and that is the product. Okay, so today I want to talk about whether you should start your business by selling products that you get from China. Okay, so when I say products from China, right, I assume that you are taking your products from either Alibaba or AliExpress, right, and you're selling them directly without adjusting anything. Okay, so you see, think about it. How long does it take for someone to copy you? Okay, it only takes 5 minutes, right? I take that link, I am doing exactly the same thing as you, and that's not good. Okay, you want to be selling products that is quite difficult for other people to copy. Okay, so I had a chance, right, of visiting a few of the China factories. Okay, I think you wanna think a little bit about these China factories, right? What kind of factories are you visiting? A lot of products, including this iPhone that's filming me, is actually from China. So China has one of the best factories in the world, the highest technology. Okay, but those are not the ones you find on Alibaba or AliExpress. Okay, those people that you find on AliExpress, they are makeshift factories. Okay, they have only been there for maybe 1 or 2, maximum 5 years. Okay, and the technology there is very low level. I've been there. Okay, what it looks like, right, is like, they probably picked up this machine at a garage sale. Okay, and they hired the first guy they saw on the street, and they put them at the factory, and they say, okay, just put in this material and press it down, and that is the product. Okay, so you can imagine, right, the quality is very bad. So when we were selling these products from China, right, number one, okay, the product quality is very bad. It's not controlled properly. Okay, so some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, and we tried visiting them, right? We visited the same factory or different factories over a period of 2 years, and there was absolutely nothing we could do to improve the quality of the product. Okay, so I think most of my friends encountered this problem. Okay, how are you going to solve that product quality issues? It's very bad. Number two is a relationship problem. Okay, so even though the other guy may promise you, okay, I give you this product, okay, I'm going to give you 100 of this color and this product. The person who promises you, right, that he's going to deliver you 100 blue color socks, right, is not actually the person that packs. Can you imagine? Right, so the person who packs, right, may not understand what is blue and what is socks. Okay, so they end up giving you, only 90 pieces of blue socks, and then 10 of them is red color. And then what happens? They end up sending the red color socks or maybe even a handkerchief because they don't understand what is a sock to your client. And that actually happened to us. Okay, I think you need to understand, right, when you're selling online, there is a minimum requirement, right, in order for you to do well online. Okay, if you go to AliExpress or you go to Amazon, right, I'm sure you do not buy from anyone, right, with less than 4.5 stars. Okay, so 4.5 stars, right, is the minimum level for you to enter the market. So if today you have a product that is very good, I tell you, you just no need to sell. You don't sell better, okay? Because very good is not good enough. It must be excellent. It must be 4.5 minimum to even stand a chance, right? And most of the products that are selling well are actually 4.7 to 4.8 stars. So you can imagine, right? Let's say 100 customers, right? You have 10 happy customers or 20 happy customers, right? I mean, less than one of them is actually going to leave a good comment. But if you have 5 unhappy customers, I'm pretty sure 3 to 4 of them will actually complain. Okay, I think online, right, the acceptable complaint rate is about 1%. Right? And as you can imagine, most of these products in China have more than a 1% complaint rate, which is why most of the guys that you see that are selling from China, after 1 month, they close down because too many complaints, right? This is exactly what's happening to them, okay? I also want to share with you, right, about my product development journey. I actually spent 2 years developing our own products without success, but I hope there's something that you can learn from it as well, right? I think we spent more than about 50 over K trying to come up with different types of bras, right? And we did not succeed, right? And I want to share with you, right? I actually joined a forum, right? It's called E-commerce Fuel, right? And the guys that are there, right, actually created products, right, that sold very well on Kickstarter, right? 6-7 figures, it did very well, and this is their process. Okay, so basically, they are all physical products, right? So they all have this thing called a design spec sheet, right, where you write down what material, how many cm, how do you sew it together. It's very specific, right? You almost can do it yourself, right? But they send it to the factory to manufacture it, okay? And these guys, right, are actually industrial designers. And when I say industrial designers, they are not diploma level, okay? They are degree level in America. That's the kind of standard, right? So my question back to you is, how many of you are degree level industrial designers? And I'm pretty sure the answer is most of you are not. Okay, the other way is to get licensing lah, right? So that's the other way, right? So how this product development process works, right? Is usually there is a prototyping phase. You have an idea of a product. Okay, so let's say a food storage box, and of course you need to buy one first, right? And then you realize that okay, there's some problem, there's something I can improve. You draw up a design spec sheet and you send it to a China supplier, right? A manufacturer, which will come back with the first prototype. So every time you do that, it can take 2 to 3 months. Fastest you can do in 1.5 months. Then usually there's some problem, right? You'll go back again 2 to 3 times. So the prototyping phase will take about 6 months to 9 months. And then once you're happy with your prototype, then you will finally come up with what we call the first release, right? And that's when you need to meet what we call the minimum order quantity of, let's say, 500 or 1,000 pieces. And that's when you buy that product and then you sell it. Okay, so that's how the guys on Kickstarter actually prototype and develop their product, right? And that sold for 6 or 7 figures. Okay, so that is the kind of product that works. So I really recommend that you do not bring in these products from China because they do not go through this process. The product quality is very bad. Okay, so I mentioned 2 problems right now, right? There's actually a third one. So the first problem is actually that the product quality is very bad. No matter how many times you visit them, they can't solve the problem. The second one is a people problem or relationship problem. Okay, whatever you tell them, they cannot execute according to the instruction. So your product quality becomes even worse, right? But they're actually different problems. The third problem, right, is actually what we call an intellectual property problem. Like I mentioned before, right, all these shops, right, close down within 1 or 2 months. Why? Even if they are doing well, right, what happens is that these stores cannot continue to operate because the original intellectual property owner will take down the store. Okay, let me tell you what I mean. If you look at all the popular products that are selling on AliExpress today, right, when I did a search, more than 90% of them actually have an existing patent. Okay, that means that they are infringing on intellectual property law. They are breaking the law by copying a product that they are not supposed to. Okay, you're actually supposed to take a license, okay, and then have a, you're supposed to take an intellectual property license before you can sell the product, not like that, right? But when you are very small, you're selling $50,000, $100,000 of the product, right? The lawyers will not come after you. Only when you hit the $500,000 to the $1 million mark, then you will get the letter. Okay, and that's when all these companies close down, which is why you see all these products, right, going up and down, right? This is the third reason that is happening to them. So I would strongly advise that if you want to start your own business, right, don't take the products from AliExpress. Okay, you need to have a way to find your own product, right, that is special and different from other people. Okay, I understand that, there are some guys that are selling products from China and they are doing very well, okay, and they do not take their products from AliExpress, okay. Okay, so these guys from China, right, they actually have this thing called a special sourcing agent. They know people there that can help them to find these special products, okay, that you cannot find one. So if you were to go to AliExpress or Alibaba and you try to find these same products that they are selling, you will not find them, okay? And if you do, usually you are 3 to 6 months late. Right, so they have this 3 months, 6 months exclusive period where only they have the product that they can sell. Okay, so if you are able to find these products that nobody can access to, yes, you can sell for 3 to 6 months. But if you are not, and if you are taking products from AliExpress or Alibaba, right, it's going to be very challenging for you. You need a way to discover products that other people cannot find normally on AliExpress or Alibaba. Okay, one more idea you want to consider, right, is that what about digital products, right? It doesn't always have to be a physical product that you can touch, right? It can be a service. For example, you can teach people how to design something, right? And you could charge people $50 for that course, or you could write a book for $5 or $10, right? So these are digital products that you can own, and usually if you do a recording, it's going to be your face, right? And it's going to be original property that belongs to you, right? So why not consider selling digital products as well? Right, so thank you very much for watching this video, right? I hope this video gets you to think a little bit more about the kind of products that you want to sell, right? And you don't pick a product that ends up being irrelevant after 2 or 3 months, right? Like those on AliExpress and Alibaba. So if you like this video, right, please give us a like and subscribe, and we'll keep more videos coming your way. Thank you.